Yo, what's up, everybody? The NBA draft is tomorrow, yo. What's happening? It looks like I got some, not breaking news, but this is old news. It looks like Dwight Howard has been traded again. Well, the trade happened this afternoon, and I was looking for work today, and I found out that he was traded to the Brooklyn Nets. In this deal, they sweetened it up, the Brooklyn Nets. They sent 2 of their second-round picks in this year's draft, and they sent Timothy Mozgov's big contract for Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard will help out the Nets, but if you think long-term with the Nets, they're getting him for 1 year to just have him for this year for this contract, and that's off the books after the season. Then they'll be able to get 2 max players next offseason. But who cares? You're getting Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard still can play in this league. He might not be the player when he came into the NBA, with all that great potential to be Defensive Player of the Year 4 times in his career. Had those great years with the Orlando Magic. Went to LA, what for? Wasted time. Went to the Rockets, had a good run with James Harden. And now, he went to Atlanta for a bit. It was terrible. Went to Charlotte, revived his career. He looked like the Dwight Howard I remember playing in Orlando, playing for Stan Van Gundy. That was a great moment. When they got to the finals in 2009, they had him, you had Vince Carter, you had, who else was on that team? You had Rashard Lewis. There's some good shooting. Hedo Turkoglu was on that team at his best in his prime. That's what happens. Jameer Nelson became a star in that series. Jameer Nelson's still playing in the NBA. He's not the same player he once used to be. But at the end of the day, sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't work out. The NBA is such a league where everything has to go right. And then sometimes it doesn't go right. And at the end of the day, you just want to be the best team you can put out there on the floor. Come on the floor. So you just got to go out there, do what you got to do. And I think this is a good deal for both teams. It's a new general manager for the Charlotte Hornets, and for the Nets, Marks is making some more smart moves. This is a good move. I think ownership would approve this trade. I think this is a good trade. I think Timmy Mozgov's not the same player he was when he was in Cleveland, and especially when he was in Denver. He was a dominant player. When he went to LA, he signed that big fat contract. He was near the end. He's just not the same player. When he came into the NBA, he was looked at as one of those great young centers coming into the NBA from Russia. A real good, strong center. At an inside game, he could shoot a little bit. He could defend some big guys, and he could defend some power forwards if needed. But he's not the same player he once was. When he was in Denver, he was a dominant player. The same with like Danilo Gallinari. These 2 guys have had so many injuries, and once they sign the big contracts, it's just like a swan song for these players. They just can't move like before, they can't shoot like before, they can't defend like before. And these type of injuries it's like a hindrance on their career. It's amazing. It's a hindrance on their career. So I think at the end of the day, this is a good deal for both teams. And we look at tomorrow's draft. The latest I'm hearing, the Sacramento Kings really like Michael Porter Jr. I think this would be a good move, but I think a better move would be Marvin Bagley III. So it looks to me that Marvin Bagley III will probably go 4th overall. Luka Doncic will probably go to Atlanta at number 3. Number 1 pick for sure will be DeAndre Ayton going to the Phoenix Suns. Don't see a trade, Kawhi Leonard going to the Phoenix Suns for DeAndre. But if you think about it, when you look at Ayton, he reminds you of David Robinson when he came into the league, and he was a Spur. And don't forget, David Robinson was traded to the Spurs. I forget what team that he was traded from, but the Admiral was traded there in a draft years ago. I think it was back in the 80s, probably like 88 or 89 or something around there. But yeah, before he went to the military, and he didn't get to the NBA until 4 years after. But David Robinson's another big name. You see the comparisons. Even King Elijah, I was watching a little tape on ESPN today, and when I think of San Antonio Spurs, I think of Popovich. I think, man, if he could do this deal, send Kawhi Leonard, to Phoenix. Kawhi Leonard okays the deal, and he'll probably re-sign with Phoenix. This would be an insane deal, but I don't think it will ever happen. I think Kawhi is focused on only 2 teams he'll play for. In San Antonio, and number 2 would be the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm hearing Magic Johnson's definitely interested in Kawhi Leonard. Palenka, they've been talking. Kobe Bryant, I've been hearing they're interested in Kawhi. They're interested in LeBron. LeBron's number one, but if they could get Kawhi Leonard as a number two, if they can't get LeBron, there's talk that Lonzo Ball might be on his way out, along with Ingram and a few other their great young talents. It kind of sucks, you know. They're just going to completely blow up the team just to get one or two players. It's stupid. The latest on Paul George, he might test free agency. That's the latest breaking news there. He might actually test some free agency. A couple months ago, I thought he was going to re-sign with Oklahoma City Thunder. Now I think Paul George could go to any team. There's a lot of teams that want Paul George. Houston Rockets, Los Angeles Lakers, the Clippers, the Chicago Bulls. I've been told that the Bulls could be a team that could swoop in, get Paul George, and maybe you do a good pitch for LeBron James. I don't think he would ever play in Chicago, but you never say no. Played for the team, a player he grew up idolizing, Michael Jordan. Can you imagine LeBron James, the Chicago Bulls? It almost happened with Kobe Bryant years ago. There was almost a trade of Kobe Bryant to the Chicago Bulls. To think where history would be with the Chicago Bulls, that Kobe Bryant would have got traded to the Chicago Bulls, maybe they would be having a 7th, an 8th, and a 9th title. Who knows? But, you know, it never happened. So, you know, and another reason why Kobe got those titles was Shaquille. Don't forget about and Phil Jackson. You gotta have the triangle. The triangle actually helped his career. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. Sometimes you gotta have some belief. You gotta believe in your ability. You gotta believe in your ability to get better. And I think with all the draft picks in this draft, there is some unknowns. I think Knox is another one. Knox is the guy I kind of compare him to a player that plays in the NBA right now, DeMarcus Cousins. His game reminds you of DeMarcus. Watching him play in college at the University of Kentucky, he does remind me of a Boogie a little bit. You know, he's a real talented player. And Michael Porter Jr., I've always said I compare him to Michael Jordan. He has that same drive like Michael, but he has the back problem. He has injury problems. And his game's similar to like Kevin Durant, but I compare him more to Michael, but he's a taller version of Michael Jordan. He has that great oomph about it, you know. He loves to play the game. He plays hard. He can create his own shot. He can make his teammates better. He can give you 20, 30 points a game. That's the type of talent that Michael Porter Jr. has. And look at Bogdanovich. He's another guy that can average 10 assists, 20 points, and maybe give you 10 boards. 6'8", he can move. He can play point guard, play shooting guard, and when he's playing for Real Madrid in Europe, winning those titles and winning the world, I think, basketball cup, I think, for international teams around the world, for Slovenia. I mean, this is one of the most talented players in the history. You talk about Goran Dragic. I mean, Slovenia has some real good talent, man. It's just not a soccer nation. It's become a basketball nation like Lithuania and all these great places out in Europe. Real talent down there. There's no doubt in my mind. You know, Luka Doncic is going to be a good player in the National Basketball League. Colin Sexton's going to be a good player. There's talk the Knicks might get him. There's Wendell Carter Jr. Might be going to the Knicks. And there's talk of Trae Young. I think the next Steph Curry. I think he'll do something in the NBA. I don't think he'll be Steph Curry at all, but I think he's going to score like Steph. I mean, they even have one that plays like Klay Thompson. He's going to go later in the draft. And guess who might get him? The Golden State Warriors. Can you imagine if they get that guy and they lose Klay Thompson in a trade or a free agency, and they have this kid on the bench and he plays just like Klay Thompson? If he can defend like Klay Thompson, you know, they can maybe make a move. But you never know in this game. You have to always believe in team. And that's why Warriors are the champions. We are the champions. And they are the champions for a reason. Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, and their big-time MVP, Andre Iguodala, and Steph Curry, and Steve Kerr. You know, they're motivated coach that motivates his team, motivates the players, and at the end of the day, they're a team. No matter what, they're a team. That's what it takes to win a championship. You can't throw your teammates under the bus like LeBron James did with J.R. Smith. I know J.R. Smith's head was in space, but at the end of the day, you can't get so hard on your teammates. It's your teammate. You got to stand up for your teammate. I know Bron had to overdo it. That's why you get paid, what, $30 million in a season? I know you need help. You know, even the greatest players in the world need help. But at the end of the day, you can't throw your teammates on the bus. Say, oh man, you just screwed up. You cost us the championship, whatever. Don't worry. At the end of the day, you gotta be like, you know what? This is what you gotta do. Do it the right way. Slow down. Look at the clock. See what's going on, and things will get done. So it's been that type of year for Cleveland. Injuries, trades. They just had a whole host of problems, whole host of injuries. And that's why they couldn't get it done. That's why they got swept. Sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. So we'll see what happens at the NBA draft tomorrow night in Brooklyn. We'll see you next time, folks. The one and only Mark Spencer for NBA Draft 2018. I hope you enjoy the show. It should be good tomorrow night. There's going to be a lot of moves. There's going to be a lot of happy young players coming to the National Basketball Association. There's some going to be sad not getting drafted. So at the end of the day, I think everyone's going to go there, have a smile, go to a team they want to go to. Maybe some might not go to a team they want to go to. But just to know you get your name called by Adam Silver, by the NBA, crew, and and those teams really believe in you. And they had those interviews with you, they had those workouts, you name it. And you prove to them, you prove to the fans of your schools, your family, and all over the world that you want to be in the National Basketball Association. It's an honor in any draft, that in the NHL draft, the MLB draft, it doesn't matter what draft, the NFL draft, to be a professional, it means a lot. Now just go out there, have fun. Remember, kids, just have fun and play the game you love to play. Play some basketball. And that's what I love about it. It's basketball. We love this game, right? It's a good game. I've been playing this game since I was 10 years old. I remember when I first played basketball. I didn't even know how to shoot a ball. And I learned how to play. By the time I was 13, I could actually dribble, and I could actually score a bucket, and I could do a fadeaway. And I remember me and my friends were growing up. We used to play in his backyard. We used to play in my complex where I live. And we used to just put up some shots and stuff. It was really, really cool. Those are the moments you never forget. So you kids go out there, keep playing your ball. Don't give up on your dreams. Remember, if you believe, anything's possible. And Mark Spencer approves this message because this is what it's all about. The NBA Draft 2018, tomorrow night in Brooklyn. That's where it's at. And peace.